1017 and 1510 WGKB Waukesha, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 1017 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. We Energy's customers can expect some money back on their upcoming electric bills. The company says lower fuel costs this year is about a $25 credit for the average household this fall. Wisconsin's Public Service Commission requires utilities to refund customers whenever fuel prices end up being cheaper than projected. A proposal to discontinue Milwaukee County Transit System service on Christmas Day could save the system over $100,000. That's according to the proposal's author, Sheldon Wasserman, who says cutting a day of service on the Christmas holiday would be a net positive for a system dealing with an ongoing budget deficit.
By saving one day, gasoline and salaries and all the other mechanicals, it really is a win-win for everybody involved.
The proposal cites 2024 data indicating just under 14,000 total rides system-wide on Christmas last year. MCTS says they are reviewing the supervisor's proposal, but want to ensure minimal impact to passengers riding the bus on the holiday. City leaders say Milwaukee's new Office of African American Affairs will make it easier for residents to get resources. The office plans to bring together services that are often separated. Alderman DeAndre Jackson says it's about connecting the dots for families.
I think people and government look at problems as if they're different. They're not different. So having a hub where everything is at, a one-stop shop, so to speak, makes everything easier. All these things can work hand in hand instead of being separate silos.
The office will work with partners across Milwaukee to help residents find support under one roof. This has been your news update. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on the new 1017 The Truth.
Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and the Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. So much stuff happened this weekend. So much stuff happened this weekend that I don't have enough room and enough space to put it all in. Can somebody help me? Anybody? Can somebody help me? 833-212-1017. It's one of those. Hey, what's up, SE? What's up, Quanda? Y'all beefing over? Don't make me have to jump on YouTube and smack people around now. I mean, verbally smack people around, not actually. What's up, y'all? So, I have a bit of an issue. There's some things that I want to share with you that I think you need to know there's some things that I need you to understand. Some like life realities. You know what I'm saying? Some things that no matter where you are in your life, you need to understand. But this is especially for anyone under the age of 50, which from what I understand is a significant number of people, although everybody it's like Gen Z and millennials don't grasp the fact that we're the largest generation. Well, you're supposed to be because everybody else is dying. So at some point, we need to understand some things. We need to understand some life lessons. So it doesn't matter whether or not you want life lessons. Life is going to teach you lessons whether you want them or not, whether you're ready or not. Let me give you 10 truths you should carry with you. 10 truths that can change the way you live your life. These aren't original. These have been said before. I just think it's something that bears repeating. Number 1, life is unpredictable. Storms are going to come. Sunshine is going to fade. But your ability to adapt will determine your strength. The more you work out, the more pain you have, the stronger you will become. You can't have one without the other. Number 2, time is priceless. You can lose money, you can make it back. But time, once it's gone forever. Now, you can always pick up time and move forward. There's always room, there's always hope. Number 3, health is wealth. But wealth still counts, though. But I'm just saying. Health is wealth. No dream, no success, no fortune matters if you lose your body or your mind. Think about those football players. They might have gave you $88 million and $135 million of it is guaranteed. But if you can't walk and you don't know who you are, it really doesn't matter. Number 4, relationships shape you. The people you walk with will either pull you forward or drag you down. Choose wisely. I don't necessarily agree with that because relationships are on roller coasters. So sometimes it feels like you're moving forward, but all you're doing is walking into a valley. And sometimes it feels like people are dragging you down, but actually you're going up out of the valley. So, got to put an asterisk by that one. Number 5, failure is not the end. Every setback is really a setup for your next comeback. You've heard that before. The only time failure is in the end is if you quit. And recently I've known people that quit. Hard times come, you decide something in your mind, and whether or not it's true or not, you just go with it. And you quit. And you end it. Number 6, money brings comfort, but it will never bring purpose. Got that? Money brings comfort, but it won't bring purpose. Your purpose can bring you money, but your money will never bring you your purpose. Don't mistake a paycheck for a calling. Just because you get paid well, just because you get paid to do it, doesn't mean you should do it. I mean, like prostitution brings money. It's a paycheck. Is it a calling? It brought comfort. But what's your purpose? Number 7, comparison steals joy. Stop comparing yourself to other people. I was telling some students that at Concordia University today. Stop comparing yourself to other people. And yes, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it. We keep telling students their grade point averages mean they can go through and they can complete and they can do all this stuff. Honestly, that's a white manifestation. And I'm not being mean by anything. That is how they use to figure out whether or not their people are better than those people. until you graduate. Nobody cares what your grade point average is. Because if you can't do the work, it don't matter. But it'll help you get in grad school. It'll help you. Right. So you've fallen into the system that drives itself financially on you continuing your education. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm a education snob. But in the end, stop comparing yourselves to other people. Be the best you can be. Remember, the BC student hires the A student to work for them because they're usually the ones that start the company. Comparison steals your joy, your race, your pace, your journey. Run away from it. Stop it. Number 8, gratitude transforms. It takes what you have to actually make it more than enough. In other words, whatever you have, be content. To a point. I might be content, but I'm not resting on my laurels either. Number 9, change is inevitable. Resist it, and you'll break. Somebody pulling you back, grabbing you, and you pull away, you'll probably end up hurting yourself more instead of going with it. That's one of the things judo teaches you, and many martial arts teaches you, is instead of going against the flow, you go with the flow, and you're able to get more things done. Change is going to happen. There's nothing you can do about it. And number 10, legacy lasts. The work you do, the love you give, the values you live, those will outlive you. You still remember people from years ago. You still remember the things they did, the things they said, how they acted. The issue with this is not something you should tell somebody else. This is not something you should give to somebody else. This is a truth. All of them are truths that you should live. So decide right now which ones you will carry with you. Which one resonates with you? 833-212-1017 is the number. Start today. Decide what your truth is, your one truth, and carry it. Why do I say that? Life isn't waiting.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 1017 The Truth.
So let me ask you, when the government, and again, I'm doing the air quotes, tightens the belt, who's standing underneath the belt when it snaps back?
This is The Truth Unfiltered with Denise Thomas and Dr. Ken Harris.
Don't want you to agree. Honestly, should I be transparent? I don't really care if you agree. I, like you, want to be heard.
Sundays starting at 7 on 620 WTMJ and Mondays at 6 on 1017 The Truth.
Truth Nation, are you or anyone you know looking for a new job opportunity? Well, attend the City of Milwaukee Job Fair on Thursday, September 11th from noon to 3 p.m. in the parking lot of Walgreens located at 9040 West Good Hope Road. Vendors from multiple employment sectors will be present to meet with you and share opportunities for hiring, training, upskilling, and so much more. They will also feature a live DJ, food, and refreshments, all while supplies last. Brought to you by Alderman Mark Chambers Jr., Alderman Lamont Westmoreland, and Alderwoman Larissa Taylor. Sponsored by City of Milwaukee, Milwaukee Common Council, City of Milwaukee Department of Administration, Office of Community Wellness and Safety, Northcott Neighborhood House, Fathers Making Progress, Northwest Side Community Development Corporation, State of Wisconsin DWD, Ross Innovative Employment Solutions, Goodwill Industries of Southeast Wisconsin, UMOS, DCMKE, 30th Street Corridor, Boys and Girls Club of Greater Milwaukee Urban League, Maximus, and Amplifier.
Tracy, going back to the process, and as it relates specifically to the partnership that Old National Bank has with Housing Resource, what does the process consist of when coming through this program?
It's a referral process. We work with clients that first-time homeowners that may not have the counseling that they need. They may not have the equity, the down payment that they need. So we refer them to our partners like HRI or Housing Resources, Inc., because we recognize that those organizations, they have the resources, they have the tutorial documentation and all of those things that are necessary for first-time homeowners that don't know the process, may not know the system, may not know what's required for home ownership. So working with Housing Resources Inc. and other partnerships that we have like through WIDA has been very, very advantageous, not only for us, but also the organizations, but also for the community.
Make your home safer. Get rid of unused household chemicals at MMSD Home Hazmat Drop-Off. It's free to visit a collection center. Get all the info you need at MMSD.com. Milwaukee County residents only, no businesses.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Serious truck crash? Call Gruber Law Offices today.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. Check it out.
Jesus, the notorious just. Please us with your lyrical thesis. We just chillin', milk 'em, top billin', silkin', pure linen.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I almost got lost in some Biggie. So, hey, why are you shaking your head like what? What? Like I can't sing Biggie? Wow. Oh, wow. Anyway, 833-212-1017 is the number. So I sent you a text, Glenn, and I want you to read it. Yep.
Crash detected, SOS. Dr. Kenneth Harris Jr. called emergency services from this approximate location after iPhone detected a crash. You are receiving this message because Dr. Kenneth has listed you as an emergency contact.
And then you see the little map on there where the car crash happened like 4:35 or 5 o'clock on Saturday. Crash, SOS. Menominee Falls Police, fire, ambulance, all that. Right? I get home, my wife looks at me like, and so I'm like, can you drive up? Like what? She goes, where's your phone? And I said, in the trunk. She said, you sure? I said, when I was driving, I checked to see where my phone was, and I couldn't find it. And so I did this, right? I used my Apple Watch, and I did this. And I said, I hear my phone, so my phone's in the car, and went home. She said, we thought you were in an accident and you were dead. And I said, what do you mean? She said, your phone is in Menominee Falls. I said, how's my phone in the Menominee Falls? She said, I don't know. And then I realized when I was putting my stuff in the trunk, leaving Germantown, I put my phone on the top of my car. ADHD, right? As soon as you get distracted, poof, gone. So if you've ever been southbound on 41 and you have the 145 split that turns into Fond du Lac, when I turned there, that's when the phone fell off. But here's the kicker. Here's the weird part about it. When I couldn't find my phone, I saw Highway Q and I said, I should just pull off the Highway Q and go in a parking lot and get my phone. And I didn't. Had I done that, look at this. Had I done that, my phone wouldn't look like this. It is absolutely, positively, beyond a shadow of a doubt, crushed. Look at that. It is gross. I cried the whole time. Look, I even got my picture on my phone and everything, and you can see it was me. But look at that. Toe up from the flow up. It hit so bad that my case, it don't even fit no more. Like, it's just like, yeah. So my daughter calls, because my daughters are my emergency contacts and my wife. So my daughter calls my phone. You probably dropped this phone. They answer the phone. Menominee Falls Police Department. She like, oh my God. And then she finds out, anything happened to my dad? She's like, no. He's not here. Car's not here. But his phone is. And so me and Denise Thomas will be talking about it later tonight, telling a story again during Truth Unfiltered from 6 to 8. But it was, dude, it was like, it's not my fault. Yeah, actually, it was my fault. So I felt kind of dumb. I felt kind of ignorant. And then I found out I only have like a couple of $100 left on paying it off, which means I can upgrade. So I said, yeah, I'm keeping it. It actually works. It charges, takes pictures, sends, receives, calls, texts. So I'm like, I'm not getting rid of my phone. How long do you think it's going to last for me to keep this cracked up phone? Because, I don't get all embarrassed and people say, what about your phone? I don't get all embarrassed. How long do you think it'll take before I go get a phone?
Christmas.
Christmas?
That'll be your Christmas gift to yourself, a new phone.
That's going to be my Halloween gift. Halloween, dude. Probably not even that long. Because if I got to go somewhere, I don't want a cracked up phone. And if I actually drop it, it's completely out. So probably in the next week or so, I'm going to just go get a new phone, pay off the old one, get a new one, be done. Which means I get to upgrade to the highest. Because I never do that. I never upgrade to the most, right? Because no matter, I think like highest now is like what, like a 16 Pro? Well, the 17 is coming out this fall. So it really doesn't make it. You don't have an iPhone, do you? Yeah, real people have iPhones. It worked out. So I'm good. Everything good. Nothing broke. Nothing broke. Thank you. Not really a city girl. I heard that. Appreciate you. She said blue is really your color. I stole it. Also want to remind you, Black Book Thursday is rescheduled. I'm not going to be here this Thursday because there's a football game. Catholic Memorial is playing, and so I will not be doing my show. It should be scheduled for the 18th of September, which is the following. You got it like the 11th, and then you add 7, and then it's 18. So September 18th. From 4 to 6. Remember, we're going to be looking at the book, The Whiteness of Wealth by Dorothy A. Brown. Now, I did find another book for October. We're going to talk about that in the 5 o'clock hour. I found a cool book that just came out. It comes out tomorrow. And I already downloaded the audiobook, so I'm ready to rock. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to rock. You know what I really think, though? People write books and get audiobooks done rather quick. And so I think what they do is use AI, and they have you read a whole script, and then they take your words, and then they upload the book, and they have you read the book. And then they go back and correct it and edit it. That's what I think. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on. 833-212-1017 is the number. Which one of these, like, tickles your fancy? Which one of these truths made you go, yep, that's me, that's what I'm going to do? I think I've tried to live all of these. I really do. I think I've tried to live all of them. So I don't know. I've tried to give life the best living that it can possibly have. Does that make any sense? But there's some things in life that are just true. You can't go back to the past. Not even God can go back and change the past. It's over. It's done with. There's nothing you can do. Life's not waiting for you. You need to get up and do what it is you're going to do. And I never understood why people decide to stay where they are when they don't want to be where they are. Don't ask for help. Don't reach out. Ego is a killer. Ego is a killer. It'll stop you from doing so many things, but yet Oh, well. I don't know. 833-212. I guess it's Melancholy Monday or something. I'm just like chilling. Everything is great. I'm afraid to check the weather because I know it got warmer today. Current temperature in Milwaukee as of 18 minutes after the hour, 69 degrees. The high today was 72. It's fair skies. And it looks like the low tonight is 54. Winds are from the southeast at 10 miles an hour. So, yeah. Interesting. Do you like this cold weather? Like the weather that's getting like?
I tend to get very, very warm very easily. So I'm all in favor of 55 to 60 degree weather.
Really? I like that too. But I also like Arizona weather. Well, that's why I said I, not we.
I'm glad you spoke for you.
I love Arizona weather. It's that dry heat, and you can go out in it. Can't stay for long, but you can go out in it. If the sun isn't blazing, it's decent. I like it. I enjoy it. You ever see your computer say update complete, and you didn't know it was updating? And then you realize it's one of those fake ads that pop up, and if you click it, you'll destroy your whole system. Yeah. Interesting. 833-212-1017 is the number. So, Dr. Caecilius needs to be careful. When we come back, we're going to talk about something that she did, that she talked about on TV. And I'm going to send a message to Dr. Caecilius, the superintendent of Milwaukee Public Schools, just a suggestion. Didn't do anything wrong, but I think you should understand the timber and the climate of Milwaukee. And now with 101.7 The Truth Traffic, here's Debbie Lazaga.
Southbound on 41 continues a hefty ride from Good Hope Road all the way down past Capitol, almost to Burleigh. Northbound slowing just before Mayfair Road up to Hampton. Eastbound 94, watch for backups from 84th Street all the way through to about 25th. The westbound side's backed up out of the Marquette all the way to Hawley Road. Southbound 43, a heavy ride from Capitol Drive pretty much all the way down through the Marquette to the KK River crossing. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 53 tomorrow. Clouds increase, rain possible overnight, a high of 74. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. American Family Insurance can help protect your dream home for whatever comes next. You can live in your own oasis or your own clubhouse. Whatever you choose, get the right coverage. Save up to 23% by bundling home and auto. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Ready to watch the Packers like a VIP? Cousins Subs put you in the center of it all. On the 50-yard line in plush recliner seats, complete with personal TVs and your favorites delivered from Cousins Subs. 2 pairs of fans are selected before each regular season home game to enjoy this one-of-a-kind experience. Enter daily to win the best seats in the house. Only from Cousins Subs. Cousins Subs. We believe in better. See rules and eligibility for details.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 101.7 The Truth.
And what are some of the ways that you're inspiring people? Because, one of the biggest opportunities, in particular in the African-American community, is access, exposure, and awareness.
For Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin, we've been here 76 years.
Wow.
And our mantra is saving the lives you love. So if someone you love needs a blood transfusion and they're in any hospital in Southeast Wisconsin here, that blood's coming from us. And so we're trying to make sure that we're communicating that because I think folks maybe don't understand that blood can't be manufactured. And summers are always tough because schools are out and we collect about 20 to 25% of our blood from schools. So it's always a day-to-day struggle. We say that the blood that's on the shelves is the blood that saves lives. And a lot of times people are compelled to donate when something bad happens. And our mission and our job is to educate folks so that we can get ahead of the curve and keep 3 days of inventory on the shelves. So we're in a decent spot right now, but we're on the streets every day trying to inspire people to join our mission. One of our big projects that we're proud of is Versity on King, which is part of the Thrive on collaboration in the Gimbel Schuster building on Martin Luther King Drive. And next year, we're going to open a destination center there. It'll be a blood donation center, but it'll be more than that because we've realized that we can't be transactional with our relationships in the Black community. We need to do things that are intentional and that show that we're there to stay. But the reason that we're there is because not enough people that look like us donate. And so for disorders like sickle cell disease that disproportionately affect us, the race can matter. But I like to say that, Black folks have a superpower in their blood. 44% of Black blood donors will have this rare trait that makes their blood more likely to be able to be a match for a sickle cell patient. And that 44%, that is way higher than what we would find in other races.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today.
Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. The Green Bay Packers steamrolled the Detroit Lions 27-13 for the first game of the NFL season.
As Goff's being chased by Parsons. Look out! He's got him! His first sack as a Green Bay Packer.
Packers are back in Lambeau on a short week. They return Thursday to play the Washington Commanders. The Brewers pack up the Pirates in a 3-0 sweep series, sitting at 89-55 on the year.
Jacob Mizorowski gets through 7 while retiring the last 13 that he faced.
They now face the Rangers in Arlington in a 3-game series. Badger football won against Middle Tennessee 41-10 on Saturday. They now look to face 19th-ranked Alabama next Saturday. 8th-ranked Badger volleyball will take on UW Milwaukee Tuesday night at 7. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Your problems, baby, and I've got mine. Let's just spend it.
833-212-1017 is the number. Woo! Gotta go somewhere and sit down and cool off now. Not because of the song, because it's hot in here. 833-212-1017 is the number. What's up? I don't know what that means. Glow Ash or G-Lowish? I know what I mean. What's up? Not really a city girl. Curly Q, what's going on? Let's see. Quanda's here. SC is here. I think I got everybody. I think I got all women in the chat today. What's going on? Oh, Sincere Ronnie Ray Real, you showed up. Anyway, thought they was all mine. Speaking of all mine, looks like my tax money might be coming up a little short. From WISN.com, Milwaukee Public School Superintendent Brenda Cassellius says the district could have a $100 million structural imbalance as soon as next year and is already raising the issue with the state lawmakers. So, is there no additional state aid coming in? I'm sorry, let me rephrase that, because this is what she said, and I want to quote her correctly. If there is no additional state aid coming in, that would either mean pretty drastic cuts to the district or raising of revenue somehow to be able to continue to provide the same level of service we're providing today. That's what she told WISN 12's Upfront, which is produced in partnership with WisPolitics.com. She went on to say, anytime you have inflation, our gas prices go up, our utility prices go up, our food prices go up, and I'm sure parents are tightening their own belts, and so we'll be tightening our belts, as well as we face what might be up to $100 million structural imbalance that we think we might have next year as we begin to look at the budget for the upcoming year. Casellia says she met with Governor Tony Evers and Republican leaders as she begins her first full school year as superintendent. And then she said this: I have met with the Republican leaders, she said. They have gone really well. Obviously, I think they'll want to see some demonstrated results out of MPS, but they have been open and friendly, and I think they want to see change at MPS too. Casellia says she spent the summer ensuring all 50 of the district schools built before 1950 were cleared of lead issues, which the district announced on Friday. The district recently recouped $33 million from the Department of Public Instruction after financial crisis led to missed deadlines and accounting errors. And so here's the deal. Here's the deal. The county, just Milwaukee County's MCTS, Milwaukee County Transit System, has a deficit now and will have a deficit next year. The county itself will probably have a deficit. MPS will have a deficit. Nobody's saying anything about the city because normally when you don't have something and everybody else is complaining, you say, oh, no, we're in good shape, and nobody's saying that. And once again, it's going to creep up on us just like SDC did, right? You see a little trickle here, a little trickle there, a little trickle here, a little trickle there. Nobody does anything about it, and then boom. And then somebody says, what happened? Well, you know what happened. You listened to what people told you, and they told you everything was great. She is telling you it's not great. I think the issue the superintendent is going to have is that she went to Republicans. And people in Wisconsin, in Milwaukee, don't like Republicans. So anything you do to try to get help from Republicans, money from Republicans, they're going to think you're on their side because you're not fighting against them, and you're going to get canceled. So be careful, Dr. Caselius. Be careful because they'll come after you next. You've been talking to the Republicans too long. Your county executive and your mayor both had to go talk to the Republicans to get what they wanted in a bill. The ability to tax and raise their taxes. Milwaukee was one of the few cities that had a city tax, and now we do. You don't think that tax is going to expand and tax other things that are not normally taxed? You don't think consolidation is going to happen? Like they're doing, who was it? Is it West Dallas and Tulsa? Like eventually, all that's going to come together. Police, fire. You cannot afford not to do it. Fire's kind of universal because they just handle what they're supposed to handle, and the state says it's what you do. Police is a little different because police, you have certain ordinances and statutes that are different in each city. But in the end, MPS has a $1.5 billion budget, and they're going to be a little bit short. And what do you do? How do you fix it? What do you think they should do? 833-212-1017. We're back where we were before. We've cleaned up most of those things, and now we're looking at how do we figure out what we do when we're going to come up $100 million short. And this is after recouping the $33 million. This is after, right? So now we only got, You're still going to be short. Still going to be short. And nobody was smart enough to put in the contract with the union that if funding adjusts, then your raise is adjusted accordingly. They just expect their raise, and that's the idiocy of the teachers union. They just kind of, well, we want it no matter what. We don't care what you do. Go out of if they go out of business, and if the state takes over, you're not getting anything. It's going to be an emergency. And they'll just freeze. And you'll complain, and the union doesn't have enough money to go to court that long. You think you're going to be able to go to court, go all the way to the Supreme Court? Knock yourself out. You don't have access to taxpayer money. You only have access to teachers' money, and it ain't that many of them. You only have access to the teachers' union money, which means you're going to have to go to the American Federation of Teachers or whoever you're affiliated with to get deep pockets, and they don't have enough money. The government hires lawyers to work for them. You don't really got to work that hard. So the bottom line is Milwaukee is going to have to figure out, we are going to have to figure out what we're going to do with our school system. That means, you ready? When we come back, I'm going to tell you the one thing MPS can do to balance the budget. What are your thoughts? 833-212-1017 is the number. Do you have a suggestion of what MPS can do to balance the imbalance of $100 million budget next year? And if you divide 500,000 people into $100 million, guess what, y'all? It's not a lot of money, but it's something.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Need a way to hype up your day?
Hey, is this Carolyn?
It is.
Congratulations, Carolyn. You just won this
Congratulations.
Woo!
God is good all the time.
What would you do with $5,000?
I'm going to buy my nieces some school clothes because my nephew just passed away.
Oh.
So I'm going to get them some clothes.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
It's 1017 The Truth. Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. When a customer chooses Pella, one of the most important things to them is honoring that trust and commitment. A lot of customers might have apprehensions about inviting someone out to their home. But when you see the experience and professionalism, you can trust them with bringing your project to life. Their vision is to be the company that people want to do business with. Watching them work from idea to installation gives you the ability to see firsthand the care taken to ensure the Pella experience is complete. When you want long-lasting comfort and reliability, it's easy to trust Pella. Every piece is specifically constructed for you and your home, always designed with innovation and rigorously tested for quality and performance. The Pella team takes pride in constructing quality windows and doors with meticulous attention to every detail. Order by the end of the month and get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 9/30/2025.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. We are the American Cancer Society, making strides against breast cancer. We are nearly 1 million strong and growing stronger every day. Join us on Saturday, October 11th at 8 a.m. at Summerfest Southgate as we come together for the Making Strides of Milwaukee Walk. Whether you walk for a survivor, in the memory of a loved one, or to support the American Cancer Society, you bring us closer to a future free from breast cancer. Are you ready to join the #1 breast cancer movement in the country right here in Milwaukee? Sign up for free today at www.makingstrideswalk.org/MilwaukeeWI.
Truth Nation, it's your boy Kyle Walls, and I'm coming through with something special for lucky fans. Tacos and Tequila Fest is going down Saturday, September 13th at Franklin Field. Enjoy your favorite throwback hits with performances by Lil Jon, Pretty Ricky, B.O.B., Trina, and more. This event is strictly 21 and up, so leave the kiddos at home and get ready to vibe out. And guess what? We've got your chance to win free tickets to the hottest fest of the year right here on 101.7 The Truth. We'll be giving away tickets to lucky callers, so make sure you tune in for your chance to win tickets to Tacos and Tequila Fest Milwaukee.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Can you stop singing and turn the music down? Like, he is gone. Like, Glenn is like just got his eyes closed and he just rocking. Like, who you thinking about? 833-212-10. What's her name? 833-212-1017. I'm just saying. He had that look. You know how you remember that person? You'd be like, yeah. And he just went, whoop. I was like, come back. We got a show to do. Come back. Ooh, Lord have mercy. He had that look. He had the look. I ain't mad at you, though. I am not mad at you. Let me see what's going on with Black Facts. What's going on today? Mississippi governor requested federal troops to protect African-American voters. That is September 8th. You ready? 1875. Mississippi Plan of 1875, developed by white Southern Democrats as part of the white insurgency during the Reconstruction era of the United States of America. On Election Day, the band of whites carrying firearms would menace black people and tell them they couldn't vote. And President Grant had destroyed the Ku Klux Klan under the Enforcement Acts of 1871. But guess what? They came back. And Republican Governor Adelbert Ames was a highly vocal advocate of black suffrage, became enormously popular in Mississippi's former slaves. So there were times in the South. When I was growing up, I used to always think that there was this straight hatred. But even Governor Wallace, who blocked the stairs of the University of Mississippi and wouldn't let black people go to school there, I went to Selma because I used to be the department chair for Justice and Public Policy at Concordia University, Wisconsin, and Concordia College, Alabama. It was in Selma. So a couple times a semester, I was on the road for 13 hours, driving to Selma, checking on students, checking on faculty and all that. And it was in Selma, and you know about Selma, right? Edmund Pettus Bridge and all that stuff. And I have to say, very few things make me emotional. Very few things make me emotional publicly that I will actually cry. Out of the public eye, like if I was sitting with Glenn or somebody else and I started crying, it wouldn't bother me in the least. Like if you cry, you cry. Seeing the bridge, I had to pull over. Like understanding the power of seeing that bridge. And so the place where we met was the local community college. And the local community college was named the Wallace Community College. And so I kind of went, why y'all? What? Like, wait, what? George C. Wallace State Community College. They had a branch in Selma, Alabama. And so I asked one of the ladies, and she looked at me. Woman looked at me. She had to have been maybe 65, 70 years old at the time. She looked at me and said, "No, honey, you don't get to say anything negative about George Wallace." And I was like the George Wallace that stopped people from being able to vote? She said, "No, he changed. And he learned, and he grew. And he made life in Selma for black people significantly better than it was. He brought money, he brought jobs," and she went on this litany of all the things that George Wallace had done afterwards. The trouble was no one was able to change his reputation once history books came in. So once history books started to paint George Wallace as this racist dude, he just became this racist guy. And once it's etched in your brain, Dr. Ken is a racist, and then you print it in a book, and then kids read it all over the country, it just reinforces what older black people were saying, who then migrated out. A couple of the other books we're going to be looking at is Cast by Isabel Wilkerson. So we'll be doing, depends on the feedback I get, when I compare the two books. I have a little group of people I kind of get a book and say, which one should I do first and all that. So we're looking at that. All things be told, if everything goes great, we'll have the Truth Roundtable on tomorrow. We'll be discussing a few things of what's been happening over the past month or two in the city of Milwaukee. Linnell Ramey, Nolita Franz, and T. Smith will be rolling through. So we'll see what happens. All right? Okay. 833-212-1017 is the number. Let me check this talk and text line before I get in trouble. Oh, before I do, let me see if there's anything else. Okay. That's nothing. Why is that in there? Anyway. Latrell Sprewell was born today. Wasn't he born here in Milwaukee? Yep. Latrell Fontaine. Ooh, Lord. He must have been a good fighter with a middle name like Fontaine. Sprewell is a former NBA star who played for the Golden State Warriors, New York Knicks, and Minnesota Timberwolves. Born on September 8th, 1970 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Attended Washington High School in Milwaukee, where he played basketball. Between 1988 and 1990, he played with the Three Rivers Community College Raiders basketball team in Missouri, and then from 1990 to 92 went to University of Alabama alongside future star Robert Horry, Jason Caffrey, and James Robinson. And then in the 92 draft, boom, he took off. Whatever happened to him? What's he doing now? I wonder. So,
hanging out on Brady Street.
Wow, really? Okay. All right, hanging out on Brady Street. That's what somebody just told me. I didn't say that. I'm not going to tell you who said it, because then the next time Latrell Sprewell run into that person, yeah. How tall is he? I wonder how tall he is. Dorothy Dandridge died on this day in Hollywood. 6'5"? Yeah, dude. If I was you, I wouldn't be saying stuff like that about Latrell Sprewell. I'm just saying. He's a little tall. He's a little tall for me. I'm like 6'2". So, yeah. Yeah. 833-212-10. Okay, so let me speed. I got a couple minutes. Let me go check the talk and text line, see if anybody's hollering at me. Let's see. Good afternoon. What's up, Curly Q? Isn't it about time to have the superintendent back on the show? Yes, it is. I'm putting a request in for that and a couple other things, so just hang on. Somebody said, I've been without a phone before. I'd become Team Apple. You would rather be without a phone? And somebody said, then switching to Apple. Yep. So somebody said they would rather not have a phone than switch to Apple. My question is, why don't you like Apple? I got an Apple computer, I got an Apple phone, and I got an Apple Watch. I can do anything from any of them without like, yeah. I don't understand that. I literally can do anything. What can you do with your Google phone? What do they call them phones that are Google phones? What do they call them? What do they call them? Yeah, I got a brain block when it comes to Google phones, so I don't really. I've always been an Apple guy. I had another phone and it drove me so crazy. I went back, and I've never left. Matter of fact, the only thing I don't have is an iPad. I really need an iPad. That's what I really need. I need an iPad. Because then I can put a phone in it, and then I don't need a computer or anything. I can just have my iPad. But isn't that kind of, like, how do you talk on the phone with, I don't know. I guess I'll have to buy one and see, right? Something wrong with Curly Q. If you're not, I got it. Hey, Curly Q, if you're not Team Apple, you ain't Truth Nation. How's that? Like 3/4 of the people would not be Truth Nation then, because a lot of people don't have iPhones. I get it. I understand completely. That's what's up. 833-212-1017 is the number. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Top 5 at 5 up next.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week on the pod, Marcus and Chris talk to the voice of the Bucks, Dave Kane. Find Here District now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
Your expression on your face, that's got to me. And the man wasn't lying.
What you mean the expression on my face? How can you see my face? You listening to me on the radio, man.
No, I'm watching you on YouTube, too.
Oh, all right, then. You're an old man, and you know about YouTube. How old are you, Adam? You about 85.
83.
I'll be dipped. How blessed are we to have you.
Watch all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows by subscribing to 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
Day 1, diagnosis day. The hardest day. The day you hear,
I'm sorry, this is a type of blood cancer.
But day 1 is just one day. At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day 1.
On day 45, I discovered an online community who shared great tips for in-treatment care.
I missed a lot of school during treatment, and LLS helped me keep up.
We are here for you. We exist for everyone fighting leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma, and other types of blood cancer.
On day 185, LLS helped me file my insurance claims properly.
Day 5,840 and counting, and I'm still in remission.
To learn more and get help on day 1, day 2, day 983, or any day, please visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572. That's LLS.org, 1-800-955-4572.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds. innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other, leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
Listen to the home of the 5K Gruber Cash Giveaway. 101.7 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 101.7 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. We Energy's customers can expect some money back on their upcoming electric bills. The company says lower fuel costs this year is about a $25 credit for the average household this fall. Wisconsin's Public Service Commission requires utilities to refund customers whenever fuel prices end up being cheaper than projected. A proposal to discontinue Milwaukee County Transit System service on Christmas Day could save the system over $100,000. That's according to the proposal's author, Sheldon Wasserman, who says cutting a day of service on the Christmas holiday would be a net positive for a system dealing with an ongoing budget deficit.
By saving one day, gasoline and salaries and all the other mechanicals, it really is a win-win for everybody involved.
The proposal cites 2024 data indicating just under 14,000 total rides system-wide on Christmas last year. MCTS says they are reviewing the supervisor's proposal, but want to ensure minimal impact to passengers riding the bus on the holiday. City leaders say Milwaukee's new Office of African American Affairs will make it easier for residents to get resources. The office plans to bring together services that are often separated. Alderman DeAndre Jackson says it's about connecting the dots for families.
I think people and government look at problems as if they're different. They're not different. So having a hub where everything is at, a one-stop shop, so to speak, makes everything easier. All these things can work hand in hand instead of being separate silos.
The office will work with partners across Milwaukee to help residents find support under one roof. This has been your news update. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris continues on the new 101.7 The Truth.
Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the actual polyunsaturated number. So there you go. I got iPad, iPhone, and watch. Curly Q's like, whatever. RC said, when we look back in time and wonder why there were two tribes, towns, and cities. Like, what are you saying? The cause of people being divided over something in history. Not we, but future generations. This is a horrible idea to cut bus service on Christmas Day. Why is it horrible? Why is it horrible to cut? What are you doing on Christmas Day that you need to walk out, get on the bus, and go somewhere? Everything's closed except Walgreens. I mean, where are you going? And maybe Starbucks. Other than that, where are you going? I don't really understand why people are getting mad about cutting bus service on Christmas. You're not going anywhere. It'll probably snow anyway. As he said, there are people with no cars that need to visit their families. No, you don't need to visit your family on Christmas Day. You want to visit your family on Christmas Day. There's a difference. Curly Q said, because people need to get to places on Christmas Day. Hospitals aren't closed. Who you know, help me out, unless you're sick, who do you know says, hey, excuse me, can you give me a appointment on Christmas Day? Who? Help me out. Help a brother out. Who? So unless you're going to work, and most places are actually not paying you for holiday, because that's like overtime, golden time, all that kind of time. So, you know, they ain't really feeling that. No, I get it. And I understand completely. There are some uses and some things that you need bus service for. Absolutely. They didn't say they weren't going to have any. They said they're going to cut some. The less fortunate. What do you mean the less fortunate? You're not going to be on a bus if you're less fortunate on. Come on. Like, what? Sincere Runner Real said, man, stop. You have a car, so you don't see the need, but there is one. Okay, first of all, Sincere Ronnie, be real. Let me be very sincere when I say this. That's insulting, and I'm offended. And I am being utterly and totally honest. I didn't always have a car. I didn't always have a house, and you don't know how I grew up. I literally did not drive a car or have a car in my family till I bought one. And I was already not living at home. I rode the bus everywhere I went. Everywhere I went. Until I got into college, and then I had to transfer out of Chicago and bought a car while I was in school at Illinois State, not in Chicago. I was over 22 years old before there was a car in my house. No, come on. You don't know what you're talking about. Less fortunate. What I need you to do is stop looking at people where they are and recognize where they came from. Don't make the assumption of what you see today is what they were like their entire life, because that's not fair. Now, if you're less fortunate, you shouldn't be going nowhere on Christmas and you can't afford to buy nobody but me. Okay, I'm just kidding. 833-212-1017 is the number. As he said, we are blessed to have cars, but I know there are folks that don't. So why should we pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to run a bus line that very few people are going to use? It just makes no sense. It's a waste of time. That's socialist thinking. That's ridiculous thinking. I get it. But watch this. Here's what I would do. You need to sign up for the bus ahead of time. Yes, I'm going to be using the bus on Christmas Day. I'm going to be going from here to here. And then they can set up the routes for those people, the time of day they're going to be moving. We have everything else that's down. We set up everything else. We have a right. We have an app for everything else. Have an app for that. Curly, because I have family members who work in the hospital and use transit services. Take Uber that day. I don't know how to help you. Jaden's Angel said, "What's more important, the moment or the past?" Huh? The moment and the past. There's your answer. Dimitri, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. How are you?
All right, Dr. Ken, Dr. Harris, how are you doing today?
I'm good.
All right. Two things. One, I agree with MCTS. You know, my thing is, where do you have to go on Christmas unless it's an emergency? You see what I'm saying?
Well, they are right. You do have family. You got to get to work, stuff like that. I get it.
Well, yeah, that's an exception right there. But like just to be lollygagging and going on, when most people are at home enjoying, just chilling, relaxing, and enjoying the holiday. No, maybe it'll help somewhat with the fare evasion, don't you think?
It'll help with the what?
Because right now, with passengers not paying their fare, literally not paying their fair share. Just getting on and just and they're going to have to come to some, because like you, I used to ride the bus any and everywhere I went. I didn't care what nobody said or thought. If I want to, even if it was something where I want to just get out and enjoy myself, I get on that bus and get to where I had to go.
Right.
But MCTS, they're gonna.
So tell me if this makes sense. I follow the adage that if you can't give me one good reason why something should be, then it shouldn't be. If you have to give me multiple reasons why something should be, that means that one of those reasons by themselves is so weak that it wouldn't work. Nobody can give me one reason why, and then somebody, Curly Q, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Where is the compassion? What kind of compassion do you need to get on a bus on Christmas Day? Like, what is wrong with you? Come on. Compassion?
That's what I'm saying, and not. Where's the compassion for the bus drivers and the whole system? There's no compassion when people are evading and just getting on and not paying measly $2.25. So
correct.
But you won't hear any outcry about that.
But why not?
For the most part,
Well, you got a car too, so I mean, And they said, and heaven forbid a person who doesn't have a car wants to see a movie on Christmas Day. Stay your behind at home. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing? I'm done.
Well, you can stay home and watch movies and watch all the movies you want.
But they say that could be a tradition.
For some. I know. It's not a tradition for me, but to each his own.
No. Of all the things I'm gonna do on Christmas Day, I'm not going to sit in a theater with other people I don't know and watch them.
Right.
They're just making stuff up now. If you got to come up with this many reasons to have a bus running on Christmas, then you don't need a bus running on Christmas.
No, you really don't.
And somebody said there are people that go out and drink and take the bus to avoid driving. I said, I don't know of a person in the world that would go to a bar and get drunk and then be drunk on a bus and actually know their way home.
Yeah, right. And actually know their way home. New Year's, maybe. St. Patrick's Day.
Right. And all you end up with is a bunch of drunk people at the end of the bus line not knowing where they live. So I don't know.
Right. Well, I think it's, like I said, MCTS should try it. They should implement it and see how it works out,
We schedule everything else. Do you think we could schedule buses, and that if we have enough people that said they were going to ride and they paid their $2 in advance, that we would then schedule a bus to pick them up?
I don't know.
Think about it. We know what route you on. You got a phone, so it's not like we don't know where you at. We could send you an app. You could do it just like Uber. And you know when the bus is coming on Sherman and Center, and it's going westbound on Center, and it tells you need to be there at 4:42. And then you show up at 4:42 and you get on the bus. Like, I don't see why that would be a problem. I think that would be a much more efficient use on a day like Christmas when not a lot of people are doing it.
I would think so too. I strongly agree with that. But people act like, to me, they act like they don't have any brains. They don't have any sense. Some of them. So
wow.
I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Honesty. Okay. All right. Thank you much. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you too. You have a nice day.
All right. Yep. Somebody said not everybody celebrates Christmas. I don't care. Not everybody celebrates Labor Day, but you still end up having stuff closed. Not everybody celebrates 4th of July, the way y'all complain about America. I don't know why y'all ain't just moved out anyway, but you're still here. And what does that have to do with the bus? Nothing. Y'all got weak arguments. If you took your argument by itself, it's too weak to stand to have the bus running. And all those different people are in different places in I'm sorry. I know it sounds mean, but really, we waste money. That's what watch this. You should make people pay for the bus the same way they pay for garbage, the same way they pay for snow removal, same way they pay for their car. I guarantee you they will change how they think about it. Oh, no. You get to pay for it directly. We have everybody in the county pay for the bus transit system. Well, I don't ride it. Don't matter. Still got to pay for it. I bet it'll change then. You all be out in the street applauding. Yeah, the bus isn't running that day. No, it's not. And if you got to get somewhere that bad and if you're that sick, call an ambulance. Okay, I'm just kidding. You all can't take a joke for anything. You're all so serious. My goodness. 833-212-1017 is the number. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris of Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. When a customer chooses Pella, one of the most important things to them is honoring that trust and commitment. A lot of customers might have apprehensions about inviting someone out to their home, but when you see the experience and the professionalism that they have, you can trust them with bringing your project to life. Their vision is to be the company that people want to do business with. Order by the end of the month and get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Visit PellaWI.com. That's PellaWI.com. Did I even take a break? I've been talking that long? How come you didn't tell me to shut up? Oh, that's right. SE probably told me to shut up.
Number 5.
So here's my issue I have. You ever heard of the Harlem Hellfighters? I know you have. You better have, being from New York. The Harlem Hellfighters is a group of black New York National Guardsmen who served in the 369th Infantry Regiment in World War I, were posthumously awarded, get this, the Congressional Medal of Honor on September 3rd. The particular award is the nation's highest honor bestowed upon civilians by Congress, given to the families of those soldiers several decades after the U.S. Army ignored their military service. According to National Public Radio, the historical correction of the erasure of the all-black infantry group was accompanied by a rare moment in bipartisanship from Republicans and Democrats. You could tell whoever wrote the story was Democrat because he only said that the Republicans were bipartisan, not the Democrats. That's kind of new stuff y'all got to watch. Who have previously faced criticism for their efforts to erase the contributions of black people from the United States history in general and in the military in particular. And that is so very true. In his comments, House Speaker Mike Johnson, Republican of Louisiana, noted that throughout history, black Americans have often answered the call to serve their country, even though, as history will show, their country did not serve them. We know that generations of African-American soldiers have answered that call to fight for freedom, whether on the battlefield, at home, or abroad, and their nation asked them to fight, and they did again and again, even when being denied the full measure of those freedoms here on American soil. So that is great. That is great. That is absolutely great. Deborah Willett, the granddaughter of Harlem Hellfighter Sergeant Leander Willett, accepted the award on behalf of the group, remarking that the honor is one that her grandfather and his compatriots likely never expected or anticipated during the course of their military service. She said, "I know that my grandfather and the other brave men that fought alongside him never thought that their courage and their exploits would be celebrated in such a revered way. They sacrificed, and they thought they were making a difference, and today proves that they did." So congratulations to the Harlem Hellfighters, the most well-known group of black World War II soldiers. Speaking of winning.
Number 4.
I love nurses, right? My wife's a nurse. But I'm going to tell you about her, and I'm going to tell you about the rest of them. Don't mess with nurses. I'm just saying. From nurse.org, Don Quinnick, Yvonne Joppi, a registered nurse and RN, has emerged victorious in a legal battle that once threatened to derail her career and her life. Her story, marked by allegations of racial discrimination, unfair treatment, and a justice system that seemed stacked against her, sparked outrage and drew attention to broader questions about equity and accountability. Where? In healthcare. Now, a federal judge has sided with Joppi in her civil rights lawsuit against her former employee, HCA Health One LLC, doing business as the Medical Center of Aurora. August 19, 2025, the U.S. District Court for the District of Colorado found unanimously that Joppi's termination was the result of both retaliation for a complaint about racial discrimination and racial discrimination itself. Joppi, who worked at the Medical Center of Aurora in Colorado, first came into public view in November 2020 when she faced, you ready for this? Manslaughter charges following an incident involving end-of-life care for a 94-year-old patient. Those charges were dropped in September 2021, quote-unquote, in the interest of justice after it was determined that she had followed the doctor's verbal orders and that the patient's death was due to natural causes. But despite this, she was terminated from her position and her reputation tarnished. And during her 2 years in the intensive care unit at the Medical Center of Aurora, Joppi had been widely recognized for her clinical excellence, nominated for the Daisy Award 3 times, honored by the American Heart Association with the Excellence Award for saving a patient's life, and praised by patients under her care. The jury awarded Joppi $20 million, 5 in compensatory damages for emotional distress, pain and suffering, humiliation, and damage to her reputation. But she got 15 million in punitive damages after finding that the hospital system intentionally engaged in discriminatory practices such as discrimination and retaliation. I think it's great for her. I think it's wonderful for her that it took 5 years, the stress she must have been under, and now she won. And we have to be careful. We have to be careful at how people take advantage of who we are and what we do, and don't let anybody dim your light. Oh, by the way, we got a South Milwaukee update.
Number 3.
From CBS 58. Y'all remember that 15-year-old boy that in South Milwaukee who committed first-degree intentional homicide and the death of the older woman that he was related to? It was his grandmother. He's been charged as an adult at 15 years old with first-degree intentional homicide and the death of his grandmother, that's according to a criminal complaint filed last Friday. Investigators said police were called to a home near the corner of 17th and Oak last Wednesday, August 27th, for a report of a person not breathing Officers, well, it was a couple weeks ago. Officers reportedly found the suspect's 68-year-old grandmother on the kitchen floor. She regained a pulse but died the 31st, according to the complaint. Medical examiner's office reported evidence of strangulation, and the complaint said the teen told the police that his grandmother collapsed from a seizure. Well, I guess if you put your arms around your arms or your hands around someone's neck and squeeze, they probably would have a seizure. Anyway, he admitted strangling her for about 5 minutes. Ring doorbell footage showed no one else entering or leaving the home that day. The victim's husband told police she previously reported being choked by her grandson months earlier. In court today, judge said he gave the 15-year-old boy bond at $100,000. Now, if you were a family member, would you let him out? Like, would you get your son out after he strangled your mother? I don't know. I'd have to say no. That is unfortunate. That is very sad. Speaking of sad, I don't know if you've heard the story that Marquette University is also in mourning.
Number 2.
Also from CBS 58, the lacrosse community nationwide is mourning the loss of 2 Marquette University men's lacrosse players who were killed in a crash this past Friday. According to Milwaukee police, 19-year-old Scott Michon and 20-year-old Noah Snyder died after a 41-year-old collided in a car carrying 6 people. The 4 other passengers, 2 of them Marquette students, were sent to the hospital and are expected to survive. Some of those closest to Michaud and Snyder were those who coached them before they became college athletes. And they described them as being great young men and fearless in the way that they played. So our hearts go out to Marquette University. Now, something about this story. Who's the person that hit him? Evidently, they haven't been charged yet, but from what I understand, they were going to be charged with OWI. So let me see if this story. Whoa, that was weird. Let me see if this story has been updated, because let me scroll through, see if they've updated the story and named the person who actually did the crash, because I heard on news that it happened to be a very particular person who actually did it. And so I don't want to make it more than it is, but interesting. Speaking of interesting.
Number 1.
This also from CBS 58. So last week we reported that there was a fight and they found a man dead in an encampment under I-794. That was on Tuesday the 2nd. 48-year-old man's been charged with first-degree reckless homicide in the death of a man at a homeless encampment under I-794. Criminal complaint says Marcus Harrison is accused of killing 62-year-old Randy Harvey near 6th and Clybourne. Police report officers arrived at 9:28 p.m. and found Harvey with blunt force injuries, and he was pronounced dead on the scene. Medical examiner reported Harvey suffered multiple blunt force injuries to his face, head, and neck, and witnesses told detectives that Harrison accused Harvey of owing him money before choking him, punching him, kicking him, stomping on his head and abdomen. Witnesses also said Harvey went through his pockets while he lay motionless. 3 witnesses separately identified Harrison. That's according to the complaint. Detectives searched the tent tied to Harrison and found personal items and fingerprints linking him to the site. Officers later located him at Sinai Hospital, where they observed cuts and dried blood on his hands and blood spatter on his shoes. I don't care what you try to do, you can never, ever, ever get away from DNA. It will always do you in.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Need a way to hype up your day?
Hey, is this Carolyn?
It is.
Congratulations, Carolyn. You just won this
Congratulations. Woo!
God is good all the time.
What would you do with $5,000?
I'm going to buy my nieces some school clothes because my nephew just passed away.
Aww.
So I'm going to get them some clothes.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. Build a customized renter's policy with American Family Insurance so you can protect your tandem bike on the go. Thief! Oh, he is struggling with that two-seater. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Some exclusions may apply. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Truth Nation, are you or anyone you know looking for a new job opportunity? Well, attend the City of Milwaukee Job Fair on Thursday, September 11th from noon to 3 p.m. in the parking lot of Walgreens located at 9040 West Good Hope Road. Vendors from multiple employment sectors will be present to meet with you and share opportunities for hiring, training, upskilling, and so much more. They will also feature a live DJ, food, and refreshments, all while supplies last. Brought to you by Alderman Mark Chambers Jr., Alderman Lamont Westmoreland, and Alderwoman Larissa Taylor. Sponsored by City of Milwaukee, Milwaukee Common Council, City of Milwaukee Department of Administration, Office of Community Wellness and Safety, Northcott Neighborhood House, Fathers Making Progress, Northwest Side Community Development Corporation, State of Wisconsin DWD, Ross Innovative Employment Solutions, Goodwill Industries of Southeast Wisconsin, UMOS, DCMKE, 30th Street Corridor, Boys and Girls Club of Greater Milwaukee Urban League, Maximus, and Amplifier.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
What up? What up? Say what, say what, say what?
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Fawn say, I have a grandson, but if he choked his grandmother, I'd kill him myself. Or if my son choked my mama, he'll die by my hand and gladly do the time. He said, I got 6 kids, 4 boys and 2 girls, 2 grandkids, but only 1 mama. But what if somebody tried to choke one of your kids? I'ma still choke them. I'm just saying. That's just me. I'm still choking. SC, you need to get over yourself. Okay? Come on, SC. Come on. Come on. If it was 4th of July, would you say the same thing? You're only saying it because it's Christmas. It's only one day. One day. And yeah, Uber is expensive. I'm just saying. Where's the compassion? You need to quit. And then Curly Q said, "And heaven forbid, I'll get it. Heaven forbid a person who doesn't have a car wants to see a movie on Christmas Day. That could be a tradition. So we gonna run a whole bus." What we gonna do? Wait at the movies? What you doing? Oh, we just wait for her to get out the movies. Yeah, Glenn wanted to go to the movies, so we gonna wait till Glenn get out the movies and take him home. Like what? Like what? Yeah. We just waiting by Marcus Theaters. We got to go up to. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. You live on the south side, but you want to go to Mequon, to North Shore? Okay, all right. We're just gonna take the bus. Like, what are you talking about? What are we doing? See, I think we can figure out that way. Y'all can use the bus like you use Uber. Yeah, we got a bus coming. Can you reroute that bus? Go to Sherman and Center and pick up Al from Sherman Park and have him. I mean, why not? Why not? That way you get what you pay for. You want to ride all. Think about this. I can ride 5 blocks and pay $2, or I can ride 5 miles and pay $2, or I can ride 100 miles. Not 100, but and pay $2 anywhere in the city. That makes no sense to me. But I understand the opposite side of that too. You have to have the same fare so that you can figure out per passenger how much money you're going to make. I mean, I get it. I understand people need the bus on Christmas, and they'll keep it. But here's what I think they're doing. They're telling you one thing when actually they're going to do something else. Oh, you don't want us to shut down the buses on Christmas? Well, then we're going to have to shut them down over here. It's like the okie doke, right? The bait and switch. Hey, we're going to cut it. Oh, no, we got to take the bus. Wait, what was the one? Where's the compassion, Curly Q? Whatever. Grocery stores. What grocery store you know is open on Christmas? Give me one. Give me one. And if it's open like maybe 5 or 6 hours, and then it closes. I'm not going to be open on Christmas. What's wrong with you? Hey, what's up, LT? Save me, please. I'm stuck with Curly Q, SE. Luckily, my good friend RN Quanda ain't like beating me up. Can't believe y'all. Fine, say we know. Stop, dude. Stop. I can't read that on the air. You're going to get me in trouble. You're going to get me in trouble. And people be hollering at me. But I know what to say about a certain person that I'm looking at when they bother me. By the way, that's Cole. He's not even listening. Yeah, he ain't even. That's the. How do you shake your head? No, you're not listening when I say you're not. Like people say they're not listening, and then you say something about them, maybe like, I am listening. I'm just not watching you, listening to you, or thinking about you because I'm over here doing something else. Actually working. By the way, have to repeat this again, a couple things before we go to break. Black Book Thursday is going to be rescheduled. This Thursday we can't have it because I'm going to be preempted by a Catholic Memorial football game. And so we'll be having it next week. Tomorrow we have Truth Roundtable, God willing. I sent them a text. Nobody texts me back because, that's how they do me. They don't love me. And we'll be doing that tomorrow. And next Thursday, the 11 plus 7, 18th, is we're going to be doing The Whiteness of Wealth. So you can either buy the book or you could do what? Because you can order it and get it in a day or two. Or you can just download it on Audible and listen to it like I do, and it's great. The Whiteness of Wealth by Dorothy A. Brown. So we're going to do that. Also, if you get a chance, Tremaine Lee, Trymaine Lee. He has a book on Black Death, Black people being killed. And that's going to be a book that we're going to be doing maybe October or November because we still want to do cast. So depending on how that goes, we'll flip. But those are going to be the next 2 books. I'm sorry, the next 3 books. The Whiteness of Wealth by Dorothy A. Brown. I got to get the title of the book by Tremaine Lee. And Cast by Isabel Wilkerson. Now, what I'll have to do is put that in the auto texter, and I'll let you know tomorrow, and all you'll have to do is I'll tell you the words you need to text, and then it'll tell you the name of the books. Cool? All right. Miss Carolyn, you're on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth.
Hi, Dr. Ken. How you been doing?
Sound like you about to holler at me.
I would never do that.
Yes, you would.
No, I wouldn't. I'm past that stage.
Uh-oh. You just give me a stern warning?
But look, no, I feel like this. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. So it is what it is. But this is what I was going to say about the buses. I used to take the bus too, and I'm from San Diego, California, and back in them days, the bus never ran on Christmas. So what I would do to prepare myself, I would let my mom or my dad know, hey, I'm working such and such a day. Can you pick me up? Or I would carpool with one of the nurses or the doctors that worked at the nursing home. So I knew in advance, okay, bus is not going to be running. Make a plan. Find somebody you can ride with, offer them a couple bucks or whatever, because I personally don't want the buses to be running if there's nobody on it because you're wasting taxpayer money. And then, two, what if you was the bus driver who had to work on Christmas? See, everybody chiming in, but what if it was them that had to work? They wouldn't like that. Yep. So I say, hey, cut the bus route. That's my opinion.
All right. Well, thank you much.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Notice how she said she was a nurse? That's what I'm talking about. Somebody said Food Town is open. Somebody also said Midtown Pick and Save. Take an Uber. Oh, Fagati, I know that. It just hasn't been formally reported unless it's at another station. And if you can tell me where they released the name of that person, I would be more than happy to, let me see. Yeah, they haven't released the name of the person. I want to release the name of the person. We know that it was a female 41-year-old who was arrested for operating while intoxicated, causing homicide. So we know that much, but we don't know the name. I'm waiting on the name. Yeah, I will instead of texting the books to you tomorrow, I'm going to put the name of it in there, and I'll put it on the keyword, and I'll tell you what the word is, and all you have to do is push the button, and you'll get it, okay? All right. I'll take care of that for you. 833-212-1017 is the number. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. And now with 101.7 The Truth Traffic, here's Debbie Lazaga.
We have a crash on 41 northbound at the ramp from Capitol Drive. It's off on the left shoulder, so you want to be extra careful heading through there northbound. Basically, you're seeing delays from just before Mayfair Road all the way up to that scene. On the southbound side, slowing down from Appleton Avenue down past Capitol Drive as well. We do have a crash on 94 westbound at 35th Street. That's off on the right shoulder. Luckily, it's in one of the investigation sites, so there's a little bit of room so folks are able to get past it. It is heavy, though. We've got our usual volume from about 17th Street all the way past Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound, you're slowing down from Highway 100 through the Zoo interchange all the way to 35th. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 53. Tomorrow, clouds increase, rain possible overnight with a high of 74. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Crispy chicken tenders are now at Cousin Subs. Enjoy them with your favorite dipping sauce, or try them in one of our 2 new subs, Classic Crispy Chicken or Bold Buffalo Ranch Crispy Chicken. Both served on our fresh baked bread, made with quality you can taste. But hurry, these crispy favorites are only here for a limited time. Order in store, online, or on the app today. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Here's Here's a dose of reality. Driving under the influence of prescription painkillers is just as illegal and just as deadly as driving drunk. In fact, there are nearly 2,000 drug-related crashes every year in Wisconsin. Help prevent drugged driving, and let's achieve 0 preventable deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Driving on pills kills. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Departments of Health Services, Transportation, and Justice.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Here is Sherwin Hughes with his truth.
You ever notice how the phrase 9 to 5 sounds just so old school? That's because in 2025, the 9 to 5 is as outdated as a rotary phone. Let's be real. The world has changed, and the way we work has changed with it. The gig economy is booming. Folks are making money on their own terms, driving Ubers, delivering DoorDash, freelancing, and side hustling their way to the bag. And then there's the work-from-home revolution. People are clocking in from their kitchen tables, their favorite coffee shops, or even the beach. Laptops open, pajamas on, productivity up. The virtual office is now the new corner office, and the only commute is from the bed to the desk. Let's not forget about the digital nomads, those bold souls who turn the world into their workplace. They're sending emails from Bali, closing deals in Barcelona, and living life on their own schedule. No time clock, no cubicle, just Wi-Fi and a dream. And 21st century entrepreneurship, well, it's a whole new game. You can launch a business from your phone, build a brand on Instagram, and make more in a week than some folks do in a month without even punching a clock. So who's still working that old 9 to 5 job? People who are resistant to change or maybe just can't adapt. The future belongs to the flexible, the creative, the hustlers who know how to make technology work for them. The 9 to 5, well, that's a museum piece. The real action is happening outside the box, where freedom and opportunity are just a click away.
This has been Truth Takes on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. The Green Bay Packers steamrolled the Detroit Lions 27-13 for the first game of the NFL season.
As Goff's being chased by Parsons. Look out. He's got him. His first sack as a Green Bay Packer.
Packers are back in Lambeau on a short week. They return Thursday to play the Washington Commanders. The Brewers pack up the Pirates in a 3-0 sweep series, sitting at 89-55 on the year.
Jacob Mizorowski gets through 7 while retiring the last 13 that he faced.
They now face the Rangers in Arlington in a 3-game series. Badger football won against Middle Tennessee 41-10 on Saturday. They now look to face 19th-ranked Alabama next Saturday. 8th-ranked Badger volleyball will take on UW-Milwaukee Tuesday night at 7. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Every man wants a woman where him and her can just go hang. Just the two of them alone, kick back doing their own thing. And every man wants a woman that can always keep them in the mood. And I'm that kind of girl, so this is what I tell my dude. I tell him to kick off your shoes and relax your feet. Oh baby, down to the next beat, just kick it, just kick it, just kick it.
Did that just skip?
I tell him to.
833-212-1017 is the number. I missed the whole, playing albums and stuff and all that. Hey, what's up, Quanda? Where's she going? So yes, I will put in by tomorrow, and I'll let you know on my show exactly what the keyword is that you could text, and then get the list of all the books that you'll get between now and October and November. Okay? Do I need a Christmas book for Christmas? I don't think so. Although I do have an idea. of what I'm going to do for Christmas. 833-212-1017 is the number. I only got a few minutes left. Let me see what I missed. All right. Agree or disagree? All right. Who's in the top? Who's in the? Is DJ Brother Z still in there? Dag, I heard him all the way through here. Agree or disagree? The one virtue you cannot fake is. What's the one virtue you can't fake? Like, that guy is.
Repeat the question, please.
What's the one virtue? The one great thing about you, or one thing about you that you can't fake? You got 20 seconds.
My sense of humor.
Nope. Courage. You can't fake courage. Agree or disagree?
Agree.
All right. You can't fake courage. The one virtue you cannot fake is courage. Agree or disagree?
I feel like you can fake courage. I feel like you can say you want to step up in the moment and not actually act on it. I feel like.
Then you're not courageous. I'm breaking.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Need a way to hype up your day?
Hey, is this Carolyn?
It is.
Congratulations, Carolyn. You just won this
Congratulations. Woo!
God is good all the time.
What would you do with $5,000?
I'm going to buy my nieces some school clothes because my nephew just passed away.
Aww.
So I'm going to get them some clothes.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
Great impressions will exceed your expectations. Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
At Great Impressions Graphics and Printing, they've been proudly serving the community for over 26 years. From their location at the corner of 54th and Burleigh in Milwaukee, their dedication to quality and customer satisfaction has made them a trusted name in printing and design.
Great impressions.
Great Impressions offer a wide range of services, including banners, posters, yard signs, business cards, programs, and postcards. Plus, they specialize in custom apparel printing, perfect for family reunions, sports outings, business promotions, and more. For your next project, visit greatimpress.com. That's greatimpress.com. Great Impressions. They're here when you need them.
Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know it's not just a car, it also drives your children's dreams. So whether you're going to soccer practice, robotics club, or opening night in the school play, we help protect those dreams. Save up to 23% when you bundle auto and home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Milwaukee, get ready for the ultimate flavor in Music Fest. Tacos and Tequila Fest is going down Saturday, September 13th at Franklin Field. Enjoy your favorite throwback hits with performances by Lil Jon, Pretty Ricky, B.O.B., Trina, and more. This event is strictly 21 and up, so leave the kiddos at home and get ready to vibe out. Live music, DJs, food trucks, tequila tastings, and all the vibes you can handle, all in one epic day. Tickets are going fast. Get yours now at tacostequilafest.com/market/Milwaukee.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Looks like it's going to be a nice rest of the day. 69 degrees right now. Feels like 69. It's a little sunny still. You know, the sun's going down. It's with us for another hour and a half or so. Low tonight is 48 degrees. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, high of 75, low of 56 with a 15% chance for that thing called rain. It's been great hanging out with you. It's Monday. It's a manic Monday, so, you know, just kind of make it through. Truth Roundtable tomorrow at 4. Be here. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Tori Lowe Show will be on after Truth Unfiltered, so I'll be continuing on for the next 2 hours with Denise Thomas, the effective communication coach. Make sure you hang around, check it out, take care. And for the best in Milwaukee Black Talk, just keep it locked right here. Truth Nation on 101.7 The Truth. Hey, God bless, take care. Glenn, appreciate you.
Be quiet.
I'm out. DJ Brother Z.